Welcome to part 4 of Mega Man 7. So anyway, last time we did the intermediate stage and took on 2 of the new Robot Masters, and now we're going to take on the last of them. And now we have Spring Man. I personally have no idea why so many people hate Spring Man. They say he's one of the worst Robot Masters ever. I never really had much of a problem with him. I mean, it's kind of an odd concept, yes, to have him be like springs. And, I don't know what happened to the frame rate for there for a second, but yeah, I don't find him that bad, honestly. It's kind of an odd concept, but, you know, it's kind of unique and interesting. Besides, I like slinkies, I like springs. You know, I don't really mind it that much, personally. These springs, you have to, like, hold down the jump button to get the most out of the jump. And, kind of hard, again, to, like, navigate this train, because the springs, they're kind of annoying. And to get that extra life, just jump up here, don't touch any buttons, basically just jump on that, then touch a note, and, like, don't touch any buttons. Or, like, well, basically just do what I did the first time, only, like, do it yourself, because what was that? That enemy was just like, do nothing. I don't get it. And these slinky enemies are like from Mega Man 4, I think. Yeah, because Dr. Cossack Stage 1 had them. And these springs facing downwards can be kind of annoying, especially when getting up to that area, because yeah, it can be kind of hard to, like, do that. Here, you just take this spring to come up here. It's pretty simple. And I actually really like this area. It's one of the few, like, really open areas of a Mega Man game that I've seen. I mean, there are some, like, areas like this in Mega Man 8, which we'll be seeing next, but yeah, we haven't really seen too much like this before. It's rather open. I actually really like it. But anyway, here, basically when you jump on these boxes, it will rotate in that direction you're facing. And it's kind of interesting, but you're going to want it facing this direction, so it punches that wall in, and that right there is Auto's hypervolt, which will, basically, it'll cut the price of everything item currently in there in half, and also get some new items in stock. And up here, another E-Tank. I don't need it because I already have enough, but just wanted to show in case you don't have 4 E-Tanks at the moment. And just come up here. This is the way out of this place. And hold on. And hard to hold down all these buttons at once because you get confused. Because, like, to do this flying thing, you have to tap the jump button again mid-air. It's pretty much a double jump to like, controlled. But I think, like, cause I really like double jumps, personally. Because when I was a kid, I played a lot of 3D platformers that basically, they all had double jumps. But then, like, when I started getting to Mario, I was like, there's no double jump. And it was kind of awkward. I don't know what 3D platformer popularized the double jump, but, you know. And we come to Spring Man. In my opinion, one of the more boring Robot Masters to fight, because all you do is just use the slash claw, and actually, if you hit him at the right moments when he's jumping up there, and his invincibility frames will stop, and you can pretty much just stun lock him like that. In case you don't, this is his pattern. You'll just do that, then come down, rinse, wash, repeat. I actually discovered this trick myself, and I've never seen anyone else do it. Well, someone's probably done it, someone else has probably done that, and I just never seen it personally, so I might assume that I did it, so hey, I discovered something. Awesome for me. And that was Spring Man. That's actually probably more times that I've stun-locked him in that motion than ever before, because it's actually pretty difficult to do. You have to, like, time it really precise. It's a very hard to time. The Wild Coil launches 1 coil forward and 1 coil backward, right? Yes, but remember to charge the coils to make them jump higher. Anyway, we get the Wild Coil. So now that we've got Otto's Hyperbole, let's give it to him. And if you forgot how to access this area, you press select when on the Robot Master select screen. The game never tells you this, but I guess it's just assumed that you have the manual. But Mega Man 7, from what I believe, didn't sell that well, so not many should know. Hey. That's my bolt. Thanks, it fits perfectly. Okay, now it can work at full power. Look, a new item just for you. I can now make items using half the normal number of bolts. Select the item you want made. Alright, so yeah, now each item is half the price it used to be. And you know, I already gave this, and I have some beat whistles already. This is an S can, which basically it's like the M tank from Mega Man 5. And you can buy Rush Jet and Rush Search here if you want, and Energy Equalizer, which it does what Mega Man 6 does, but I personally don't find it that useful. The Rocket Punch, or Hyper Rocket Buster, excuse me, I already have it. And yeah, I'll buy a few weapon tanks. Basically what they do is they'll restore weapon energy. But this and Mega Man 10, I believe there are only games they're in. I don't really get it myself, but, you know, I'm just gonna buy a few now. Anyway, now we go to Shade Man. There's an Easter egg with his stage, which you can pull off by holding the jump button down and selecting, which I'll show later, but, you know, for now, I'm just gonna show the stage. It's a nice theme, also. It's a fun stage. And obviously it's probably inspired by their Capcom's Ghosts and Goblins series, or Ghouls and Ghosts, or however it's said. I don't know. The series changed names a few times. Never really tried them out, but you know, just got these zombie ghosts. Kind of not that cool that this isn't being played near Halloween, because this would be a pretty good Halloween level. Anyway, these helmet guys, just wait for them to come down, then just shoot them. These crow guys take a few too many hits, but, you know, they're not that bad. And that's that. And, these bat guys can be pretty annoying in this area. And try not to get crushed here. Obviously, getting crushed isn't fun. I wouldn't know because I've never gotten crushed in real life myself, but I assume it's not fun. And here, this is actually something pretty interesting. Depending on how you beat this mini-boss will determine your next path. You can shoot him in the eyes, or you can shoot him in the mouth. And basically, I'm going to do the mouth strategy because there's an item down there on the mouth pathway which is actually pretty important. Or, it's not that important, but it's helpful and I want to show it. Well, it's not that helpful, but I just want to show it. If you beat him in his eyes, he will open this way up, and if you use the mouth thing, he will open up this bottom path. Sniper Joe right there, you're gonna want to watch out for that. And here we get. Proto Man, what's up? What have I gotten for you this time? Oh no, that's the boss theme. So brother, you're not as weak as I thought. Let's see which of us father made stronger. The fact that you refer to Dr. Light as father is kind of odd, but it does make sense. Anyway, Proto Man. He's much different from the simple jump and shoot strategy from Mega Man 3. He actually has attacks this time, including charging up his buster like that. And you know that this really powerful combo he's got. In truth, this battle is kind of difficult. However, if you just do this, it's actually very easy because they'll just keep charging and moving to the right and to the left and all that. Yeah, it can be pretty simple if you just do this, but You know, there's not really too much else to it other than that. But it's a fun fight, and you know, it's pretty exhilarating and cool. I still really like the Freeze Man fight, if I hadn't mentioned already, because the Freeze Man fight, it's challenging, and it forces you to like use your reflexes when fighting it, and it's probably one of the most fun Robot Masters to fight for me. And once you're done, he will say this. Maybe you are the superior model, Mega Man. Here, take this with you. This is your proto shield. You can't give this to me. It's okay. Take it. And watch your back. And yeah, with that, we get the proto shield. And for some reason, it just puts text up there, even though it doesn't do that for any other item. Alright, let's show off the proto shield. It basically like gives Mega Man the shield. And I like how Proto Man said watch your back, and like when you're moving, it's on his back. And basically what'll happen is it'll block like incoming projectiles from the front, though it kind of makes your shooting controls a little more stiff, and I don't really use it as not much because of it. But you know, it looks nice, I guess. I don't really use it that much. Here, I'll just like let him shoot me. And like, it didn't really do anything there. But like, if it's incoming, like these guys, these night guys, then it doesn't really protect you against them because it's not a projectile. This place can be a bit annoying. This is also why I got the Scorch Wheel earlier, because with it you can light these torches on fire so you're not in the dark. And stop slowing down, please. Okay, the game, like, never slows down on me this much. I don't know why it's doing it so much here. This place, the junk shield, might actually be a good idea. Anyway. You can just basically just use it against these zombie robot guys, robot zombies. I don't know how a robot zombie, how that would work, considering when robots die, they just turn off, malfunction, something like that. There's no such thing as like a robot zombie, I'm pretty sure at least. But yeah. And when you press the button again, you'll just fire them off like that. It's an okay weapon, but I don't use it that much. And here... Hey, Space, what's up? D-word, I was careless. I feel so stupid to have been defeated so easily. Maybe I should give up and leave Wily to you. No, we're a team. Dr. Light will be glad to fix you up. Thanks. I'm glad that I have a friend like you. Watch your language, Base. This is in K through A rated game, which is pretty much E for everyone in today's world. But yeah, Shade Man's weapon is the Wild Coil, and it's one of the few weapons that can actually be charged up. Most of the time you see chargeable weapons in the X series, but like, okay, stop slowing down, game, please. Anyway, with the Wild Coil, he's pretty pathetic. Normally, when you fire it, it's just like that, and it's not that powerful, but when you charge it up, it's actually very useful. And when you charge it up, you can also, like, hold the up button, because, like, normally it's like that, but when you hold up when charging it, it'll go pretty far up, and it's very useful. And it's quite effective against Shade Man. And yeah. And with that, we will get Shade Man's weapon. The noise crush generates a powerful sound wave, doesn't it? Yes, And you can amplify the wave by absorbing the reflected wave with your body. And yeah, with that, we get the Noise Crush.